Yeah.
She wants to be a part of it.
All right, we're live. Here we are for Hit the Ground way late. But we had scheduling conflicts. So I still wanted to do it though, because I know a couple people messaged me, and they had read it. So I was like, okay, I don't want to put it off till like January or something.
Yeah.
And we would just probably have to do a different book because at that point, But anyways, we're here finally for the buddy read for Hit the Ground by Julia Wolf. I'm a big Julia Wolf fan, so I'm interested to see what you guys thought, if you guys like it as much as, what I like. But I think I might have different take because I've read all her like previous books too. So, but Jen isn't here today. She couldn't make it, but the three of us will give you all our views and get started with Hit the Ground. Do you want to talk about what we're reading first or just dive right into it?
Let's just dive right into it, I guess.
Okay.
All right. Do you have a card to hold up your rating?
I did. I remembered right before I went on. I was
I just wrote mine.
Okay. All right. So we'll just go ahead and put up our ratings as you guys are jumping on. Let us know what you thought of it. I don't know if a lot of people are even going to show up to this live show.
It's a busy weekend. It's a holiday. I mean, like coming up on the holidays, it gets crazy for all of us. So yeah.
So if you're watching this later, let us know in comments and stuff.
Yeah.
But anyways, ready to put it up?
Yeah.
3,
I'm scared.
2, 1.
Hate this part.
I had a feeling it was going to be a lower rating.
But it's not like I haven't read Julia Wolf. I've read lots of Julia Wolf. She's only, except for one book, she's only ever been a 4-star read for me. She's never really gotten past that. And I get bored in her books very easily. And I was bored out of my damn mind.
I think this one is difficult because it was kind of a difficult start and a kind of a difficult hero that's like totally clueless. I think the thing that makes me love this more is because I read the high school and the college series that she did as J. Wolf, and the parents, Elena and Locke, are like my favorite couple from Sweet Like Poison. So with them having these kids, like every scene with Elena, because they remind me of like Beth and Rick from Yellowstone. Like they're totally that couple. And so every little thing with them is like a great scene to me because I love them. So I think that is what made me love this more than because it would probably be, honestly, it wouldn't be a 2. It would probably be like maybe a 4 if I didn't love the characters so much.
Yeah.
But I just love Elena and Locke.
It makes a difference.
So before we dive in, I want to say I've read Julia Wolf before, and I went back and looked. All of her books have always been 4 stars for me, except for this one. But I read the first book in the Kelly Ranch series, and I enjoyed it, the one with Hannah and Remington. Yeah. I really liked that one. So I have reasons, but yeah, I was a little surprised by how much I didn't like this one, because usually she's just an author where I'm like, oh, Julia Wolf, that's going to be a solid 4-star.
Yeah. But I also think too, I've never physically read her. I've never read along while listening. And I think when I get bored in the book, the audio typically helps because it can go faster. So maybe if this had audio, I might feel a little bit differently, but no, probably not.
Sorry. Yeah, her audios come out later too. She doesn't have them come out at the same time, which I wish she did, because it would make it even
difficult to do
better.
That.
Yeah.
It's harder.
So tell me what you guys didn't like about it that made it a 2, 2.5.
Go ahead, Mandy. You can start.
Well, first of all, when she had to stay in the hospital, and then they're like, the doctor, she insists she wants to go home. And so the doctor's like, okay, we'll get you released. And then they're like 15 minutes later, she's released. Where on earth do you get released from a hospital in 15 minutes? I'm just kidding. That's not what didn't keep me from liking it. But that was one where
stand out, though. Let me tell you.
I'm like, that's hilarious. Like, if this isn't fiction,
you're waiting 3 hours.
I'm like, where is that hospital? Where do I have to go to get a hospital like that?
I didn't even realize that happened, honestly. Like, I don't even remember. I did read this at the beginning of November, though, because I had the arc for it. So, like, honestly, like, it was a long time ago. So not all this stuff is going to be fresh of mine.
Now, for me, it started off where I was interested, and then I just slowly started to get bored. And then it kind of almost felt like kind of soap opera-y, where it's like she almost would know that the story was starting to get boring, so then this like random thing would get thrown in there, and then that would never really get fleshed out, and then we'd move on to something else, and it just kind of kept happening. And I didn't really understand why the characters even liked each other. Like Alice really should have just moved on.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of it for me too. I had a hard time with the fact that she was 29 and still a virgin, because no, if
Yeah.
you're 29 and still a virgin, I applaud you. That is amazing. But in fiction, I was like, really? Come on.
Yeah.
So I had a hard time with that. And then I couldn't see why he liked her. Like, it was almost like he wanted her now that she had gone out on a couple of dates after he turned her down. And then all of a sudden, well, because somebody else wants her now, I want her. Like, I didn't feel the connection between them. It didn't click for me.
And
So-
the whole hospital thing, I mean, not the 15 minutes of getting released, but he had made it clear to her he wasn't interested in her like that. Or he didn't, like he shows up to take her on this date and then gives her what she call them pity flowers.
Yeah.
And then basically is like, I don't actually want to take you out, but here's the flowers. Like that was kind of weird to me, but whatever. But then she gets roofied on this date that she's on, ends up in the hospital, and then he just happens to be here still on board. Like I can get past that. But the fact that he hears her and then decides that it's now his mission to stay there, like none of that felt authentic. Like it felt too forced to make that happen.
I think the reason I bought into that is because he reminds me so much of his dad, and wow, Locke was clueless too, and Sweet Like Poison, he like really F's up, and he's very like serious, steadfast, like all on a mission to do what he needs to do for his business and whatever. And Caleb is very much like that, where he was 100% focused on just his kid and the ranch. And so he like never really allowed himself to have anything else. And then him kind of like her coming onto him, and finally, I thought that was great that she had the balls to finally go for it. And he was like completely surprised because he's been an idiot. Like and I liked his parents like hitting him upside the head of like, come on, dude, like you're clueless. And so he slowly, I think he was like finally opening his eyes and seeing her, and then seeing her with other guys was kind of pushing him to realize, oh, like I don't want to lose an opportunity with her. And I think also with the fact that she had been a really good part of his son's life, which he was also clueless about. But I think it made sense for him because he's a very protective kind of guy, and he wanted to finally, like, I think Julia Wolf does a thing of like the men stepping up later and like with actions showing her that he wanted to pursue her and finally go there with her. So he was willing to be like there for her. So that's how I took it. But I kind of liked it because it felt like more realistic of like an idiot guy like not getting it and being clueless. And I liked her story was really sad. I guess I let the virgin thing go because of how she was basically like the donor baby, and kind of neglected by her family and just used for that, and then didn't have a relationship with her sister. So she always felt like she wasn't seen, and she was just kind of, never really did anything for herself. And so I liked her journey of being like, well, F you, like, I ain't taking your pity flowers and I'm not waiting around anymore. I'm going to finally do stuff for me. So that's kind of why I liked her like journey too in it. I didn't totally think like the whole roofie thing even needed to happen, honestly. And then the one thing that almost made it lower for me, but I just loved Julie Wolf and I loved all these like scenes between the parents, was the whole like conflict at the end with like the taking of the kid. Like that whole thing got kind of like crazy. And but the whole the chick with the ex with the bat and everything going after the guy, it really reminded me because Elena does that in like her series and stuff. So I think she was doing a lot of like tie-ins to like the characters from previous. So it's like, I think if you haven't read those, like it's just kind of like, what is this? But I can definitely see what you guys are saying. I definitely can. I just really thought it felt like it felt not all that crazy stuff, but like their romance felt more like slow and getting to know each other and him kind of being there for her and doing some caretaking for her. And then like having to realize he has to like really go out there and step up to like be with her and prove that it was worth it. Kind of, he's worth it. Because she's kind of done waiting on the sidelines for him to notice her. And I liked how like he was like in on the date, like he wanted to have a good time, but he freaked out because his sisters were like, oh, she's been into you forever. And then he was like, whoa, no, I don't. So he wasn't totally trying to be a dick. He didn't want to string her along, but it was a fucked up kind of way he went about it too.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I'm outnumbered here, you guys.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. You can love it. That is the beauty of reading. So you go right ahead.
I actually went and looked at Goodreads because when I finished it, I was just like, because like I said, Julia Wolf always 4-star reads.
Yeah.
And I was like, what like happened here? And so I actually went when I was done and looked at the Goodreads, and it seemed very divided. There were people who were giving it 4s and 5s, and then there were people who were like DNF or gave it a 2. And so it was very like divided.
It definitely wasn't like like I felt like her other ones were like easier, like more like feel good, whatever sweet romances. This one was like tough because Caleb was being such an idiot. Like I'm like, dude, but you know, there's men like that out there, like that are clueless and don't like see what's right in front of them. So I was like, okay, well, she's trying to tell something a little different than like I liked the previous book more in this series. I can't remember what it was called. Was it Hold the Line? I think it's called Hold the Line. I really liked that one.
Was the first book. I didn't read the second book, so I don't remember.
Yeah, the second book is the one like I like the second one more than the first one actually. So I mean, it's a good series. I mean, my favorite by her is P.S. You're Intolerable. I love that book so much. It's like my favorite. So it's kind of when you compare like heroes to like other heroes you love of hers, it's like, oh yeah, Caleb was, you know, definitely like not the best.
Yeah,
but
I read By the Letter. That was a 5-star read for me. I loved that one.
Yeah, I really like that one too.
The one where for this one, you were seeing that you felt like he was just really clueless and just didn't get it, and then kind of freaked out when his sisters were like, "Oh, she really likes you." I kind of felt the opposite, though. I felt like he just really didn't care. Like he wasn't interested in her, and he just didn't care. And it wasn't really that he was clueless; he just didn't really care about her that way. And so then the sudden change, I think, is what was really kind of threw me. There was no like gradual, it was just like a switch, you know. But then I also felt like then her whole backstory with her sister and her parents, it's like there was just like drama after drama and nothing really kind of flowed for me. And then at the end, when the mom, he always talks about what a great mom she was, and she's not gonna like want to he's not gonna let her move away, and that was understandable. Like she's in this relationship, he's wanting to move, but then it turns out like he's actually this scumbag and he's asking people for money and all of this stuff. And it's like, but if she was such a great mom, how did she not see all these red flags that Caleb could see within just minutes of meeting this guy? Like,
well, I think too, a lot of women get involved in that type of situation where you are a good mom, but like you get involved with a bad guy and you're like, you see those kind of abusive relationships or bad situations where they get stuck in that and you go, well, why are you staying in that? Like, but you know, but I don't know, like that whole thing at the end was kind of weird, but yeah, I guess I just let it go. I was like, okay, the suspense thing is kind of weird, but I love this family. And so I really loved seeing like Elena, like give her like the makeover and step in. And I love that. So I get what you're saying about them having a quick turn, because I get that. I kind of think he was just so like focused and tunnel vision like on what he's doing that like when she kissed him and kind of like made the move, he was like, oh, like it's like he never even really occurred to him. And then you know, but he freaked out, got too scared, and then seeing her out with other guys and like kind of realizing, oh, well, I kind of want to give that a shot too. Like your cat.
I know.
This is her thing. I don't like, she'll ignore me all day. And then all of a sudden,
We go to record and her butt's on the screen.
yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, Christine. I don't think anything's compared to P.S. You're Intolerable for me. Like I always compare every hero to, I think it's Eli, right? His name?
It's been so long, I don't remember.
Eli Levy or whatever.
Like, if you can remember, I'm impressed.
But it's because I've talked about that book so many times in different videos.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, yeah, this one I think is good. I do, but it's not at that level, obviously. Yeah. But I know you guys don't.
I mean, it's not like the writing and stuff was fine. I mean, it was Julia Wolf. Like, she is a great writer.
Yeah.
I was just bored out of my dang mind. So
it definitely took me longer than her books usually do to like get through it. I think it was like kind of like, oh, okay, like this is kind of going, it was slower for me. Like it felt like slower and took me a little bit more to get into it than like usually I can read her super fast.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, normally I listen to her, so I don't even try to read, but because she normally has great audio.
Yeah. I wish they came out at the same time because it would be like so much better. That's why I was like, oh, I want to do this one, but I was like, oh, they won't have the audio, which is always kind of unfortunate. You want to try and give everybody the audio too. So, you know, they could listen to it easier, but yeah,
that takes a lot of planning on the author's part. Like, the book has to be finished practically a year before they even get into it.
Her audio for this is supposed to be out at the end of the month, beginning of January, she said. Because I went to look for it because somebody told me she had new audio coming.
But it wasn't this one. It was a different one.
And so I was like, oh, good. But yeah, it wasn't this one.
Yeah, I saw there was an audio release and I was like, oh, is that it? And no, it was a different one. So, yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know if we have anything else to say.
We're missing Jen. We need her input over here.
You know what? I thought I saw her give it 4 stars, I'm thinking. Let me see what she gave it.
If she said anything.
I saw it pop up and I thought she said she would rate after the last.
Oh, I thought I said that too. I thought I saw that yesterday.
I think I might have saw it on I thought it was like on her Instagram thing where she posted like her monthly reads or something. Maybe that's where I saw it.
Oh,
yeah.
So that might be why I thought.
Okay.
Yeah, it is very divided on here, you know?
Yeah,
like
it
this
is.
one, which usually hers aren't like that divisive. Like people either like it or hate it. So I think it was a tough one. Like it was a little bit tougher than her usual, like easy ones to read. Let me see. Maybe I'm like wondering if that's where I saw it.
Apparently it's nap time. Because I've got yawns. I don't know what this is.
She did give it a 4.
Oh, yeah.
She had it as an arc.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't see it as an arc on there because I was just looking at her post.
Oh, wait. Maybe the Britt Benson one was an arc.
Yeah, that was her arc.
I think that's what it was. I just saw the little sticky, like,
like
a little sticky note up there that said arc. So I was thinking like, oh, are those all the arcs? But no.
Yeah, so I was hopeful when I saw a 4-star. I go, oh, okay, because I was like, I don't know if they're gonna like this, because it was kind of a little tough going in the beginning, and then I'm like, I think I like it more because of like the history of like,
and that helps
parents too.
That really does help when you read a book that has those extra people, those people in it that you connected with before. So. Yeah, I read one this week that has that where you see the character from the first book a lot, and it's the hero that everybody loves, and so I think that it made the book that much better.
Well, and I love Elena because she's like a bitch in the beginning. So I'm like, to get Sweet Like Poison's story too, you kind of have to read the high school one, which not everybody wants to read high school, but she's like the bully bitch throughout the high school series, and in the college series, when you get to her book, you get to see what happened to her because she was like assaulted by like her boyfriend and stuff, but she never makes an excuse. Like, yeah, I was a bitch. And she and it's like her and Locke's like kind of story. And it just made her story like so much better because she gets kind of like a good redemption arc, you know, a little bit. Very.
It happens once in a while.
I think that's my mom, you guys.
Yeah.
So,
It happens sometimes.
Yeah.
So it always makes the live interesting when we have different views.
I
And it
know,
doesn't
because
mean that we
sometimes
won't
it's
take-
like, oh, when we all agree, it's kind of like, oh, okay, well,
You know what? Yeah.
we all
And it
liked
doesn't mean that we don't like Julia Wolf. We like Julia Wolf. I mean, we'll continue to read it. This book just didn't
Yes.
work. So
I know, because when you suggested this, what would have this been back like in October? You suggested it. I was like, oh yeah, Julia Wolf. I like
Yeah.
her. This will be a good read.
Yeah.
So I was like really surprised that, and that's
I
why
know,
I went
'cause
to
I think
Goodreads
I
to
gave this
see.
one, and then I was trying to get like fantasy ones that I wanted to read, and they were like too long. But I
Yeah,
was
you
like-
had, like, a
There's no
7
audio.
book suggestion.
Well, I
and
had the
I'm like,
audio
wow.
for what is that one that everybody talks about? Quicksilver or
yeah.
whatever. I had it, but it's like been on my TBR forever. But then when I look how long it is, I go, eh.
I know. That's
So
why
I
I'm
was
like,
hoping this would push me to read it.
I think
Yeah.
it's hard to do too if we want people to join and give their like opinions. If it's a really long book, then
Mhm.
it's harder.
not everybody
Yeah.
wants to read that or has the time to read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shawn Masters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough when you find one that's like really good, like P.S. You're Intolerable. It's like, oh, I don't think anyone's hit that for me at this
Mhm.
point, you know?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Was See It Through?
See It Through is Hannah and Remington. It's the one where
Okay, so that's the first one.
Warrior, and she's got to clean out his house, and she's like really mad at him for not coming back to see his dad.
Okay, because the second one is Hold the Line, and it's like a curvy heroine. I like that she gets like actual models that are like curvy and match like what the character is, you know, on her covers too. I really
Yeah.
love her covers. And he was like an ex-con type of thing, and it was really cute. I liked that one a lot.
Yeah.
So I think I like that one like a lot more. But she added like a suspense element in that one too. I'm like, you know, sometimes you're like, why are we adding like it's like every author thinks they need to add a suspense element because it's small town and all these small town romances have suspense. I'm like, you don't really need to add it.
It's kind of like how back in the day, like back in 2020, 2021, everybody had a third act breakup. You do not have to have a third act breakup.
I get so excited when there's not one. It's like,
yes.
Well, and that's what's cool about the second one in this series that I really liked was it wasn't a third act breakup. It was like midway, something happens between them that kind of leads to conflict with them like stopping seeing each other. And then they communicate, work through that. So you see them more through their relationship, and then there's no third act breakup. It was just like a suspenseful thing at the third act, I think. But I liked that. I'm like, oh wow, we're mixing it up. It's happening like midway through the book, and then we get to see them work through it.
Yeah.
I can't stop looking at your Catman.
I know she's really invested in this
She's
conversation.
watching us.
Like, she's like, who is this other person? I know Jessica.
Yeah, just like I recognize that voice. It's the other one. Look at her just watch us too. No, wow, what are you doing?
It's so cute.
Yeah.
I'm like trying to like say what I'm saying, and then I'm just
You're trying to focus. Noelle's like, I want in on this discussion.
My youngest, so she's my youngest son's cat, and he had a couple friends spend the night last night. So maybe she's just feeling a little displaced. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
need some
that's it.
attention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But she does this frequently. I usually have to kick her out, but I let her stay in here because of the mayhem outside.
Yeah.
Not, I mean, it's not really mayhem, but you know.
A little more chaotic than normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little loud. Yeah, that's what happens.
And now Mr. Goose is at the window, so that's what she's staring at now. I think she's mocking him. Oh, it's cold and wet out there, isn't it? Ha ha.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I guess we should mention too, like we are doing this in December, but like we're not doing a December buddy read. Obviously, we haven't brought it up before, but we aren't doing one because of holidays and schedules are crazy. So then we'll be back in January. Is it going to be on your guys' channel?
Yes, but
Okay.
we don't have a date yet. We do have our book, but we don't have a date yet. So I was thinking maybe because everything just gets kind of crazy, maybe right after Christmas we can
Yeah.
pick a date when people will kind of know
Yeah.
more. And it's also kind of a ways out what our January calendars look like.
Mhm. Yeah,
And
that'll be good. Do you guys
But-
want to bring up what the book is?
yes, so we're gonna read or listen because audio and the book drop at the same time. So that's Cursed King.
What?
Sorry, did you not hear me? Noelle may have sat on
No.
that.
Noelle kind of sat on it. Yeah.
Okay, so Cursed King by Julie Saman.
Good job.
Saman.
Yeah.
And she writes normally under J, but this is like her kind of her twist on dark. She said it's not going to be super dark, but it's kind of like a little more on the darker side than her contemporary stuff that she normally writes. And it's a retelling. So Cursed King is the first book. It comes out on December 26th. And you can, like I said, you can get audio then as well. And then January 10th, Cursed Queen will come out. And that's the second book. And you do have to read the first book to read the second book. I don't know much about it, though, if it's going to be a cliffhanger or not.
But we're only asking they read the first
Yes.
book.
So we're just reading the first
That's
book.
good that it
Exactly.
comes out so close together, though. Like that's awesome.
Yes.
Mhm.
So if you want to read the second book, go for it. But we'll probably focus more just on Cursed King during our live in January. And then there's going to be several other books in this series, but I believe just you're supposed to read in order, but just the first two will like go together. I don't know a lot about it yet. I'm very excited though.
Like I heard it's like kind of like a Beauty and the Beast retelling, but it's contemporary, like or something like that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't
It's a
like
little bit of a darkness to it. So because she was
Mhm.
she stressed that it was going to be different than what she normally writes.
yeah.
So
That
no
might just be a
bonus.
little more gray
Yes.
because she's a contemporary author. But I'm still here for it. Cannot wait.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I was reading her like last series. Is it like the Irresistible or like whatever billionaire one?
Boston's
Boston.
Irresistible
Yeah.
Billionaires.
Yeah.
I've been reading those and really enjoying those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that series. I have one in there that somehow I missed that I need to go back and read. But yeah.
Yeah, I got into it later in the series, so I'm like, oh, I need to go back to like the beginning.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I was
Yeah.
getting the ALCs for those, and I really liked those audiobooks too.
Mhm.
Yeah, she has good audio.
Mm-hmm. So that'll be good.
There should probably be an announcement coming pretty soon on who her narrators are going to be, since that's coming pretty quick. I don't think I've seen that though yet.
I don't think I saw anything yet. I wonder, because I think I tried to get that with Valentine PR, but then Must Love Audio also did it. And I was worried I wasn't going to get it with Valentine PR because I haven't been getting them like as much lately. And so I'm like, I was like, oh, I wanted to get the Jagger Cole ones. I haven't gotten any of those. Because I stopped reading him like I stopped requesting his arcs because I was getting like frustrated with him. Like, and so I was like, oh, I just want to wait till like to read his ALCs then. But I haven't gotten them. So I'm like, of course I'm not owed it, but I was like, dang it. Like I wanted the audio.
How long ago did you get into Must Love Audio?
It's been a while.
I applied back in April and they said they're closed, but you can apply to be on the wait list. And
I was on the wait list for a while.
And I'm still there. I'm like, oh, it's so frustrating.
Oh, here's Jen.
Oh,
hey.
Hey, Jen.
Hi, Jen.
I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
It's okay.
I just spit my gum out on the carpet. Sorry.
That was awesome.
The best I could do. The best I could do.
How are you?
A hot mess, Mandy. That's all I am.
Hi, we're so
glad
happy
you're here.
You can liven us up. We've already talked about the book and we're talking about what our next read is going to be. So
yeah, we summed it up real fast with our views.
Yeah, I was like, just realized I was supposed to be on a live. Forgot what book it was. Don't know what's happening in my life right now.
Okay.
I'm not.
Well, you're
too
doing
far.
that Christmas, like the whatever Vlogmas. I could never do that. I think that's amazing you're doing it, but I couldn't be able to film, like post something every day. When I see people do that, I'm like, oh my God, that would stress me out. Like
I'm
having to
overwhelmed.
post.
It took it. I mean, I prepped for it, you know.
Yeah.
but then I just wasn't thinking because I did prep. I'm a good planner like that. Had some backup videos ready to go just in case any bumps. Was only doing 13 days, which was still a lot.
Still a lot.
But then we went to Disney World for a week during Thanksgiving. And I should have did it like a little bit earlier because I had done a lot of videos beforehand, but I still had a lot to.
Yeah.
Editing takes time. I don't think people realize that.
No,
Yes.
a lot of time.
Yeah. And so, yeah.
That's one reason I'm like, oh, maybe I could do the pre-film, but then I'm like, oh, then you got to edit all the videos. And I'm like, oh.
It's a lot. It's a
It's a
lot.
lot.
And then,
Well, it's fun for the first few months of having your YouTube channel, and then after that, it becomes a chore. But it's just
I'm
it's a
like,
part
oh,
of
I
it.
want to edit. Yeah.
Mhm.
I've had to like refilm a couple things. Yeah, it's overwhelming. I was like just talking to Becky earlier from Beck Reads, and she's doing 31 days, and I'm like, dude, more power to you, my friend. I'm like, I want to quit. I want to quit. I'm done.
I know. I couldn't even think of doing it like 5 days straight. Like I would just be like, okay, I'm done.
I just
There's-
there's 13. Like
I
I'm
mean-
so excited for that last video, and I'm going to be done.
Yeah, there's two of us, and I still think that would be hard.
Mhm.
A lot. And I prepped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have gone on vacation. I shouldn't have done. I don't know what I was thinking. I planned for months. So anyway, the book.
But
Yeah. So what did you rate it? Do you want us to show you what our ratings were?
Yeah, what did you guys rate it?
It's
Okay.
pretty-
Oh, I set my post-it note down. Let me see if
I
I
don't. Okay.
where's Mandy?
And Mandy's is basically
Mandy, she threw it away. She said bye.
did. Okay, I'll
yeah, it
just
was
hold up my
basically the same
fingers.
feeling as Jessica.
Mandy's
Oh no, actually, I was feeling bad because I was like, like you like it was like a 3.5, 3.75, but I rounded it up to a 4. But I was like, it really.
Yeah.
I liked her writing. I do remember that, but I don't know, like it irked me. I don't know. Some things really I enjoyed, but the way that they got together irked me. And when I
Mhm.
talked about it on my wrap up, I said I think that this is one book that I would have absolutely benefited from reading the other 2 books in the series. Because when I went back and read the reviews, everybody said I was so excited for Caleb's book. I'm so happy that we finally get his grumpy ass, HEA and da-da-da. And so I was like, I'm missing something because he was a dick. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what I basically explained to them is that, and not even just the previous 2 books in this series, but his parents' books, which were in a completely different series. It was like a
Oh,
college
that's
series,
right.
Sweet Like
Yeah.
Poison. They're like my favorite couple. And so all the moments with the parents and stuff, I love because I love them so much. So I think I'm like more invested because
Right.
of like the parents, and his dad was an idiot at one point because he's so laser focused and just like all about what he needs to do that like Caleb, it's tough to read this because you're like, he's clueless, he's an idiot, he doesn't even notice what's right in front of him.
Mhm.
Like, but I'm like, oh, that's kind of he's kind of reminding me of his dad a little bit in those ways. So I was like, oh, he just needs to have his eyes open and then he's
Right.
gonna realize what he's missing. But I can see
with
how
another
it's really
man.
frustrating for people.
No, yeah, I really
Yeah.
think it would have, because I was just like, I mean, I don't know. Once he got his shit together, he was fine. But
Yeah.
I mean, and I applauded her. Like I really was like, all right. She was like, I shoot my shot.
Yeah.
I did it, and he said no, and so okay, I'm gonna do me. Like I'm done being in
Yeah.
love with you for 4
I
years.
liked that journey of hers because it's like
Yeah.
she lived so much for her family, her sister, and then
Right.
like to her to be like, okay, I've been waiting, pining after this guy. Like, screw this. Like, I don't want your pity flowers, like I'm gonna, and then she gets her own little like glam up, like makeover thing with Elena, which is his mom.
Was
That I
this
love.
yeah, I thought that was cute.
Yeah.
But I mean, parts of it were cute.
Yeah.
So I'm in the middle of you guys because I was like, I feel like I liked parts of it, but I just thought this
No, get down.
son of a bitch only wants her now when he sees her with other people, and I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, you
Yeah,
have to change
that's what I said.
your grumpy ass. But
Yeah.
then he's like, hey, mama, and then he like got on her about the kid too, and I'm like, dude, you need to sit down.
Yeah, and it's like, how did you
Mhm.
like never know that she was like the librarian? Like you weren't like you're so focused on your kid, but you never noticed that she was
It's a
like,
small
and she's trying to
town.
help him go for
Yeah.
what he wants. Like
Right.
it's like he's gonna leave at 18, like, but he needs to start now working towards what he wants because he's a super smart kid. Like she's trying to encourage him, and you're trying to hold him back
Yeah.
because you don't want him to leave. Like
Yeah.
so, but I like how she puts him in his place in that, you know, like she was like, no,
Yeah.
like, so I thought she got like stronger through the book from like Caleb being an idiot, you know?
See, I think that the book could have been better if she would have just focused on one thing with the couple, like the mom wanting to move and make Kent not be the douche that he was. And she's
Yeah.
wanting to move. And so then
Right.
he's like, I really can't be dating you right now because I'm going through this custody case.
Mhm.
And I need to be
Mhm.
focused on my son. And then maybe she starts to date. And then he realizes, dang it, I do really want her. I have to try
Yeah.
and make this work or something. But there was just so much other stuff. And then it was like nothing, it just hopped from like here to here.
Yeah.
And it was almost like, I felt like it got really boring. And it was almost like she knew it was getting boring. So then she threw in these other things to make it more exciting. But
Yeah, like, let's kidnap the kid.
yeah, that was
that
dumb.
was like came out of nowhere. Like
What
it
is
was kind of
going
like
on?
ridiculous at
Yeah.
the end.
Well, there were
Yeah.
a few things that happened where I felt like it was almost like a telenovela, and I'm like, "What's next?"
Oh,
You know,
shit,
like there was a few things like that. So
Yeah.
Yeah, very
About
soap
that.
opera-y.
yes,
I was like, dude, you said yes to the date, and now you're like, oh, maybe not.
And then you kind of see
Mhm.
this in Caleb throughout the series too, is that he didn't want to date. He doesn't want to date. He just wants to work on the ranch and take over for his dad and his grandfather and stuff, and then like take care of his kid. Like he didn't want to
Mhm.
date, and that's why he really didn't even notice her because that was his whole like mentality. So, but I mean, I get what everyone's saying, but that's
that's
where I gave
fine.
him the.
If
you know.
that's his mentality, then it needs to like we need to see that change though. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
just
Immediate.
because it wasn't even really that she was dating somebody else. It was like she ends up in the hospital and then all of a sudden he's
He
like,
wants her.
oh,
Yeah.
but
gonna take care
nothing
of
really changed with that. And I was just thinking, like, if that was me, like this guy was supposed to take me out on a date. I'd been in love with him for like 4 years. He shows up, brings me flowers just to tell me he doesn't want to date me. So then I decide to date somebody else and it goes horribly wrong and I end up in the hospital. He is the last person that I want hanging out in the hospital with me. That's weird.
And I
And creepy.
definitely don't want to go home with him and live with him.
No,
Ew.
no,
Why
none
can't
of
I
that
just
made
live crap?
sense.
Yeah, you only want me because you can take care of me. I can take care of myself.
Mhm.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I'm in the middle because I did like parts of it and I really like Jesse, right? That's his name. Oh my god, it's been so long.
The kid?
Yeah.
I was like, you were like so wise beyond your years, kid. I love you because he's like, Dad, you know, this is go. I'm gonna be gone. Like, you need to go live your life. Like, don't live for me. And I'm like,
Yeah.
all right.
I also felt though that like at times though, like what his behavior wasn't always that. Like there were times where he was like deep and
Mhm.
seemed like, okay, maybe this could be a 13-year-old. And then there were other times where it was like, is he 7? Like
Yeah.
I honestly thought he was a lot younger for a while in the book because of how he was portrayed.
Because of how protective Caleb was. And like,
Maybe. And just like the boy, he just didn't really come across as a 13-year-old.
till the end, like when he was having adult conversations with Caleb, and I was like, man, like
I
it's
got
so
his
funny 'cause
age
at
when
the
he was
moment-
like dealing with her. Like I
Yeah.
felt like you could tell his age as he was dealing with her, his passions in school and all his
Mhm.
stuff, like robotics and all that kind of stuff. I was like, oh, okay, I can see him as like a 13-year-old. I think like his interactions with his dad too weren't like the same. And maybe that, I don't know. That could be because of how his dad was trying to like hold him back a little bit. Who knows? But yeah, so we're all over the place.
all over. I just felt like I was missing certain things. It would have I may have felt different, but
Yeah, I kind of knew. I was like, oh, I don't think it's going to be good because I'm like, the reasons I'm like loving this is because I love Elena and Locke, and I already
Right.
knew Caleb. Like Caleb is even featured in one of her other like the Billionaire series because you get to see Caleb as like a little kid in that. So it's
Mhm.
like knowing all these different like seeing him, you know, I think that's why people were like waiting for Caleb, because they reminded him a lot of like he's so much like Locke, his dad. But I liked his dad and mom like hitting him upside the head, being like, "You're an idiot," like, and kind of like cluing him in, you know.
Yeah.
So I loved all their moments because I love them. They're like one of my favorite Julia Wolf couples. So I think that's why, you know.
Yeah.
Because I think it probably is more like I like with the stuff that happened at the end, I probably would be like, oh, that's a 4-star, because it's like, why did we have to do this? Like, we didn't even need this in here. Because we already had the suspense, like horrible thing that happened to her with the date. Like, we didn't need to add
Yeah.
another thing on top of that. But I think I was just so like swoony over the characters from the past that like I was like, oh, 5-star.
Mhm. Yeah.
No,
I still think it was weird that the mom didn't realize that there was nothing off about Kent.
right. Yeah, that whole
Yeah.
story. I'm
I think
like,
she was just in denial because she wanted a man, like, and like wanted a man to take care of her, and like
That whole
and he
situation.
wasn't
He
really
wasn't taking care of her. He didn't have a job. He was
Yeah.
an officer.
he was begging her ex for money,
Mhm.
and then he's like, "You can't have your kid anymore." I don't know. It was the whole situation was weird. I'm like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
what is going on? So yeah, it was all right.
Anyways.
Anyway,
Super
Well, do
dark.
you guys want to talk about what you're currently reading?
sure. I'm doing a reread of Veiled in Hate by BJ Alpha.
Mhm.
Did you read that one yet, Jen?
Yeah, I just did. I take him off? No, I'm pretty sure I didn't. I just put him on my top book boyfriends of 2025.
Luca? Yeah. Have you read that yet, Amber?
No, I haven't even read BJ Alpha yet, you guys.
Hey,
Here's my first
you
good.
need to read that one.
Is
Crazy.
that a good place to start? Like,
No,
is that
I probably that's not the first one in the series. I'd probably not start with that one. But
Well, I mean, it's the first one in its series, but we meet the hero in Shaw first.
yeah.
And then their book kind of, it doesn't like come after it, but like if you were to have like a reading order, it would come after it because the situation happens after that. But Shaw is the beginning of the Storm series, which is his own thing, but they're all kind of interconnected in a way. So
Okay.
I read Shaw first, then I read Veiled in Hate, and you need to read both of those. Look at me in my eyeballs, Amber. You need to read both of those.
Okay.
Got me?
I'm
Yeah.
looking it up on Goodreads right now. I was looking up Shaw, so I'll
Mhm.
start with that one.
Yeah.
Then let me put it on my actual TBRs.
We meet Luca in there, and then because you're like, oh my gosh, who is this ass? Like, this guy's an ass. Like, who is he?
Mhm.
He's a real dick. I want to know who. Like, you want his story, and then we get his story, and their relationship in Veiled in Hate, they hate each other. Like, they hate each other, and they're forced to get married, and it's
Okay, let me add
Oh,
Veiled in Hate so I don't forget about that one.
It's fun. Like I'm
Yeah.
just like, dude, y'all need to live in separate houses.
yeah, like this ain't gonna work.
Mm-mm. It's real fun.
Yeah,
Okay,
so loved it.
adding those now. Okay.
Okay, who's next?
I guess I'll go. I think I might be reading, unless Mandy finished, because I saw you post about this. I just started the Games of Mad Men, but I had to read the whole V Games in order to read this one because I didn't know that it was a spinoff, and I never read those. So I had to read all those this week, and so now I'm finally getting to the Games of Mad Men by Kate Webster and is it Kurduki or whatever?
We have this conversation all the time. Is it Care? Is it Kerr? I think like
Kerr.
Care, like Carrie, when they just drop the I, but
don't
that's
know.
just I don't know.
Is it Kerr?
It's
K-E-R.
K-E-R.
Oh, because there's that actor who's Kerr and he pronounces it Kerr.
Yeah.
So maybe that I don't. But
Yeah, I called her Kerr, but I don't know if I'm right.
I mean, I can ask Christy this week. I'm doing some stuff with her right now. So 'cause
Yeah.
she's our next author. So
Yeah, I started to read it and I didn't realize it was a spinoff. I had never read that series or like the doll series either. I haven't read
I
that.
haven't either.
but then like in the beginning of it, it had all these different characters from the V games and all this information. I was like, okay, like I think I'm gonna be like lost if I just go into this. So I had to like push myself to read all 3 of those like back to back to be able to get to this. And it's kind of a dark, messed up world to live in back to back here. But
I did not read the V games. I just really thoroughly like read the refresher that she had at the beginning.
But I like that she does the refresher because we were just talking about this. Mandy and I were, because in her PSYOP, the trilogy, the PSYOP, whatever it is, Kings, the 3rd book, I noticed it. It might not have been in the 2nd book, but in the 3rd book, for the audio at the beginning, it started with, this is what's happened so far and what you need to know. And it gave you that at the beginning of the audio. And even though I had just read the 2nd book like the month prior, I was like, oh, good to know. Yes, I need that.
I got the arcs, and then they were kind of spread out. They weren't like right.
They were spread out.
And I'm like, wait a minute, I don't remember what happened in the 2nd book. Like I had to like go back to it and be like, what happened? I couldn't remember.
Yeah, so I do like that she did that. I wish more authors would do that.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to remember what's happened.
Or if you don't want to read the previous, if you
just
into this, you have.
I was kind of glad I did read the V games, although I didn't love it. Like I hated Ven. Like that book really pissed me off. That was like the 2nd one, but I loved Voss, the last one, and I think it was good because those brothers are heavily featured in like the last 2 books. And so it was like I kind of forced myself to finish the 2nd one because I'm like, I need it for all these plot points and like what's going on with the V games and all this kind of stuff. So I'm glad I read it, but like I was getting angry in the 2nd one. I was like, okay, I don't know.
I haven't read those ones yet. So
well, I didn't like it because it's like the guys are all like involved in like sex trafficking and like proud of it, and like and had the girls like, oh, you're gonna manage these, like the love interest, like you're gonna manage these girls and like get them trained. And I'm like, okay, like I don't love that.
Have you? So now I'm thinking about the Cup of Lies, which is the last one in the PSYOP Kings. Have you read her MC? The copper.
I read the
coin?
first one. I read the first. Okay. Did I read the first?
Because those guys show up at the end of that book, and I was like, oh, and I've read them. I read them years and years ago. They're so good, but they're dark. I'd say probably the darkest MC I've ever read.
That first one was really dark. I was like, oh,
the second one's just as dark, if not worse.
Yeah.
But I love Kay Webster.
Because when they showed up in that PSYOP, I was like, oh, I think this is her MC series I never read. And then it like went on KU. So I was like, oh, cool. This is on KU. I can finally read. I can pick this up now.
Yeah. So,
she has such a long backlist. It's just
she does. Yeah.
Yeah. She's crazy. I'm like, oh my God.
She cranks them out.
I'm never going to get there.
And then on top of that, if you're in her K Club, I've been in her K Club for a couple of years now. Every month we get a little story that's just for us, like a little novella. So she is cranking out books left, right, and sideways.
Yeah, I just got in like the K Crew or whatever that is. I think that's her K Club.
Oh, me too.
So I got this, and then she had those one really taboo ones that's just for them, but I think they're going to be on KU now or something. And I was like, whoa, these are like taboo little.
They're taboo. Every month we get one, I think, if I remember right. Yeah.
Cool. Did you finish that book yet, Mandy? Are you still reading it?
I finished.
Oh, okay.
That's right. So then what are you reading now? Or you don't know yet?
Me? Well, I decided to go a little bit lighter, and I'm actually listening to Bridesmaid Undercover by Megan Quinn. We did an interview with Samantha Brentmore like over a year ago, and she talked, like that book was just coming out, and she talked about how she had to do like this fake Australian accent and how horrible she was at it, and that it was really quite funny, and that her and Jason Clark were like dying laughing. And so I really want to listen to that. So I'm listening to it, and I'm loving the story and Samantha Brentmore's Australian.
Was it bad? Was her Australian accent bad?
It's supposed to be bad, but she said that like that she wasn't like that was legit. Like she wasn't trying to make it bad. Like this is legit how it is.
Yeah.
It's
but
funny.
like it is. She was supposed to be bad.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like he even comments about, and then there she goes with that terrible accent again, like because they're spying on somebody, and so for whatever reason
Oh,
she decides to
she
be
decides
Australian.
To be Australian.
to Australian
So
So you're
accent.
liking this more than the right man, wrong time?
Oh,
Is that
God.
what's up?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Like this one is really like it's laugh out loud funny. Like I'm really enjoying
Mm-hmm.
it. Like if it continues as it is right now, it would be a 5-star read for me unless something crazy
Wow.
happens.
Yeah, I definitely want to go to something lighter after being in this K Webster world
Yeah.
back to back to back. I'm like, I got right now. I'm also listening to Throne of the Horde King, so that's kind of giving me some good vibes while I'm dealing with this. But I'm like,
That's
I
the-
need something lighter.
That's the last one in the Horde Kings of Dakar, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
The Mad
It's
Men are
long.
definitely messed up. Like she says morally gray everything, and I mean that's
Mhm.
the it's
Are they more
really-
morally black?
Yeah, I was gonna
Well,
say.
and there's just a lot of
sounds-
descriptive things that I mean we could have done without, but I mean it
Yeah.
adds to the story. I understand why it's there, but it's also like, oh wow, this is like where do you think of
Mhm.
this?
I was like, how many people need to get assaulted in this series? Like, I can't take it anymore. I
How
can't.
far in are you?
I just started that one, so because
Oh,
I
well.
finished Voss last night, and I liked that one because he wasn't one of the guys that's all about like, oh, let me sex traffic and like, I love what I do, you know, like it's like, ugh. anyways.
Just help the merchandise. Ew.
Yeah, like, and they treat the women so horribly in like that series. It's just like,
Yeah,
So-
stuff like that
You can go
continues
lighter.
in Mad Men.
I figured it would.
Yeah.
But I liked the brothers; they were interesting. So I'm like, hopefully, but I have a feeling it'll still be dark and messed up. You know, it ain't gonna. So once I get out of that, I'm gonna maybe I'll go to a historical romance or something to get
I was
myself.
gonna
Yeah.
say, you're probably gonna
Something
go
lighter is
for
definitely
it.
needed after it.
Yeah, and I'll need a break from that for a bit.
So what are you reading, Jen?
I just want to read. That's all I want to do.
You got some videos to edit first, though, right?
Oh, God. I have I just have to get through this week. I'm almost there. I am 91% into My Dark Fairy Tale by Gianna Darling.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. I think like the last 2 weeks of December, I'll probably be able to read, but I got 6 pages into the first book of the Alabaster Pen series from Nyla Kay on vacation, and it was really good. Those six pages. So I'm like really excited. And then I do have a couple Christmas books that I want to read.
Are you
So,
gonna read the second one after My Dark Fairy Tale?
Yes, I am. I just don't think that I'm gonna. I don't think I'm gonna make it. I definitely want to get to those Christmas books. I only had put 3 on my list, and they're the ones that just came out. The one by C.R. Jane and the Natasha Madison one that you guys read.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like,
I
maybe.
enjoyed Unscripted. I would listen to Unscripted.
Yeah,
Okay.
I listened to that one. Oh yeah, because she comes off kind of like
Yeah. She's a little bit of a bitch,
yeah.
but when you listen to her, the way they portray her, it
Mhm.
comes off more like as banter. And I mean, she calls her brother out for like his week-long Christmas wedding festivities. Like, who the fuck does this? Basically, is
Yeah.
what she keeps asking him.
I agreed with
valid
it. I agreed with
question.
it.
Kind
It's
of
a
is. Like,
very
we get-
valid question.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I just felt like the audio really helped make that not
Mhm.
feel like she was just being like, I was like, if I read this, I don't know if I would have liked her character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I finally finished the Dream series by her, and I mean, I like most of them. I gave them all at least 4 stars, I think.
Mhm.
But that last one, I feel like it didn't need to be. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't even
I
need
didn't
it.
even feel like it belonged in the series, you know.
Right.
Like I was like,
Yeah.
this doesn't even feel like
Nobody
it's part of
was
it.
connected to
Yeah.
the accident.
And
Yeah.
I can't articulate it, but and I tried to
It's like-
explain it, and then I ended up taking it off. But so when you're reading the next books, like Charlie and Autumn, right? Everybody fell in love with them. That was the best freaking story. The way that she did the
Mhm.
hate, and I mean just the way
Yes.
that they got together. And then you see them in the subsequent books, and it's like she just harped on the fact that Autumn just wanted to eat a bunch of stuff. And it was like, yeah, she's pregnant, but like, it's just every time we saw her, there was no substance. It was just, I want to eat because I'm pregnant. And then in another book, we get, or this last book, Brody. He's done. He's got his HEA. He's a grump, but like, he got his girl. So why is he still being an asshole when we see him at the bar? And it was just like, every time we would go back and see a character from the other books, it's like I would, if I wouldn't have read those books, I wouldn't have read those characters because I would have been like, dude, you're a dick or whatever, you know. And I'm just like, I can't really place it like what it is, but it's like, hey, these are beloved characters. I love them. Why are you making them not to be so loved? And I got irritated with that. I was like, all right, this book.
Well, in that last book, it was like, why is this here? Like, it seemed like she was just trying to prolong it. And I was like, I don't even, and I was like frustrated with the heroine in that. And I was just like, okay. I'm like, this seems like you just are trying to continue the series too long. Like, like it could have been a separate series start or something.
I liked the whole series, but I did feel like the last book was a little like misleading being in the series because their lives weren't impacted by
the accident at all.
There needed to be some tie-in to it.
I thought
more than that, he just worked there.
I thought her family was going to be part of the Cartwrights. Immediately, I was like, they're the Cartwrights because they have to be connected somehow to Cartwrights. Because
the whole time you're waiting for where's the connection?
And then I'm like, oh shit, no. Not only is it not them, but like these poor people had no idea you were even. I felt bad, you know. I was like, oh my god. Yeah. Here I am thinking they're shitty people the whole time. No. So yeah, I was like, man, well, but I mean, I get that, you know, but. I get where she was going with it, but I think it's not the Dream series because it's all about everybody in this series has been affected by this family. So yeah, I was like, I'm glad you said that. I will pick up the audio of that because I was kind of iffy. If I was going to read, I definitely was going to do the C.R. Jane one first, and then I'm going to read a novella by an old author that does like mystery and thrillers that I haven't read in a long time. So I'm excited about that one. And then the Natasha Madison one, Unscripted, was going to be like the last one if I pick that up because she irked me on that last one, man.
Well, I remember I had Jen annotate like the first book for me because I loved it so much. And she felt really bad, but she was like, this is driving me nuts because every chapter ends with these person's thoughts, and then the next chapter it goes back to like what was already said, and it's the same dialogue. And it was like every chapter was like that. She's like, you don't need to like start the dialogue. So it was like bugging her as she was like reading it. But I'm like, oh, I didn't even notice that. Like the first
what
time.
book was that?
It was well, I think she does it in multiple of the books in the series. So she'll like end the chapter where the heroine says something, the guy says something, and then it'll go to the guy's point of view, and then it'll be what the heroine said. Then he says, then it continues from his point of view.
I like it when it ends with what the female says and picks up with what the male says.
Yeah.
It doesn't go into like 2 whole pages like she did of.
I think she did that maybe just on that first one. I don't know, because I was like, oh, I didn't even notice.
I do remember that. But the book was so good, I didn't even think about it. I was like, no, I don't care. I don't
remember it either.
Yeah, but then when I looked at it, I was like, oh, she's right. Like it does do that.
She does. As soon as you said that, I was like, man, she did. And it was like a few paragraphs at least, or a whole page.
Yeah. So then I was scared of like recommending that and now noticing it. But I didn't notice it in like the other one. So I don't know if she just doesn't always do it, or maybe, I don't know. Because I don't think she did that in the Holiday Unscripted one. But I don't know. But I didn't notice. But you know when somebody points something out to you, then you're like,
you know,
yeah, like light bulb, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was there.
Oops.
And I'm really excited for Distorted. I mean, those 6 pages were, I was like, damn, we're like going right in. Okay. It's like a whole series of people in it's like, think of like The Rock, right? Like Alcatraz, like.
Aren't they all MM though? Are they all MM?
They are, yeah.
Wow.
So I'll be there for a while, but I don't want to do it consecutively. I do want to read them pretty close together, but I want to filter it out. You know, you gotta, because it's dark too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of abuse, I think. is what I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But yeah, but you guys don't like MM, right?
I don't
I
care
love
for
it.
it.
I read it sometimes,
Yeah.
but I don't want to read it like every single book.
Yeah, no, I don't want to read all 6 books together. The 6th one, I don't think so. I don't want to read them back to back to back like that, but because I'll need to, you just need a little bit of a palate cleanser.
You
But,
gotta have a little break.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
but I'll let you know, Amber, you might enjoy them because they're I don't know.
Yeah. I love MM. But now I'm like about that show that's on HBO Max or
Yeah,
whatever. like,
everybody's
on
talking
HBO.
about.
that everybody's talking about. I'm like, okay, but I don't want to
Ooh.
watch it till it's all the episodes are out.
Yeah, everybody's
Binged
crazy about it. I'm like,
Yeah, like it's all over social media. And then I remember seeing a preview on it when I was on Max, and I was like, oh, that looks really good. And I didn't know it was like a book or anything. And so I was like, oh, maybe I'll have to check out those books. But I don't want to watch it till I can just binge it all.
mhm.
So, but
Yeah.
well, do you guys want to wrap it up since we're hitting an hour here?
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's my bad. We can.
Well, we're so happy you joined in because we were like,
Yeah.
okay, we're done.
I don't.
Well,
I
we
just
were
As you.
totally forgot. I don't know. I was like, oh, we haven't talked. I don't know. My brain. I'm
We
so
actually
sorry.
were scrolling back through our Instagram messages before we it was like 2 minutes till, and so we were scrolling back through, and Amber and I both realized you never actually confirmed that the date worked for you. So we were like, oh no.
I'm like, and I don't think she saw my link, so I don't think I'm like maybe she didn't wasn't gonna come on.
No, I was on vacation mode at that point, just trying to get us all ready to go. We had a lot
Yeah.
to do. And then we got back and it was immediately like we
Bam.
got back on
I
Saturday,
think-
Sunday. I had to do the first 2 books because I had to wait. I didn't know what I was going to read, so I had to film my first 2 book misses on Sunday. And I was like, oh my god, you got! I really.
I
did.
think for a lot of us too, with Thanksgiving being so close to December, and we're missing a week here.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're losing a week. It's a little crazy.
And then I was making sure one of my posts went up, and then I saw I had something from Amber, and it said she mentioned you in a story, and I said, "Oh my god, like, I'm so late." Like ran, I was like, "Turn down the TV! I gotta go in there." Nobody talk to me. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I love it though.
I made
We're
it.
happy you made it.
You made it. Yes.
I
Yeah.
made it.
Yes.
I'm getting back to life. I'm getting back to life.
Well,
All
we
right.
won't have to do this
we're
again
gonna
till
log
January.
off, you guys, because
Yes.
we've hit our limit here. But
Yeah.
we've already. But we'll see you in January on Bestie Book Reviews channel for the next buddy read. Thanks for everybody for tuning in, especially since this was delayed. We appreciate it. All right, bye guys.
Happy
Bye.
holidays.
Bye.